cheap, cheap, cheap. Like a left, take a little more. That's none of our business, babe.
That's none of our business, babe.
It's none of our business, but like, why did the Pick a Little Talk It All really work?
Yeah. You kind of hate that. I fear we might have to make a remix.
Ooh. This is concerning me.
I do that every time, though. And at a certain point, it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Is it me that keeps fucking with the table and it keeps falling over? Or is the table unstable?
The table is only a half table, so the table could be unstable. And also, I set up the mics today, and that's always a journey.
I think you did a great job.
Thanks, babe.
Babes!
And
I missed
you wanna kiss us?
Damn, my S's are strong as fuck today. Sorry for cussing so much in the first 2 minutes. Hey, business babes, welcome back to the pod.
Welcome back to the Business Center. We are so excited. We're back today. We're back in the, back in our every other week format.
And I look, you guys are thirsty for it. You're starving for it. You're obsessed with the pod.
You're hungry. You love the pod.
You're literally, on the week that we're off, you're like refreshing your phone. Like, please,
like,
girls.
We know we are.
Yeah.
And if there's something that's not happening on the pod that would make you do that even more than you're already doing that, obviously, you could let us know. Let us know in the comments. There's a few loyalists out there, and I'm here for them. I love them.
We love you guys.
And maybe you're going to get a promotion soon.
Maybe so.
Uh-oh.
Maybe you're going to get promoted and everyone else is going to get chopped.
Lacey, what did you do this week?
Well, I had a little adult acne breakout, which is why you're seeing all of these little stars on my cheek.
Honestly, you look so cute, though.
Thank you. I know Carl was like, you look so baby today. You look like a little tiny baby. And I was
you
like,
do look like this baby girl.
I washed my hair and so my little curlies are really tiny. Oh, like what? Is it because I thought I made makeup on? Oh,
it is like giving, if you're not watching because podcast not a visual medium, Alicia, you're so cute. Her hair is so cute and curly. She has 1, 2, 3, 4 little stars on her face. Are they covering pimple or is she just whimsical? We're not telling.
Maybe just
you never know. And then she has cute little mismatched earrings on where one is a hedgehog and the other is a moon.
Wow.
Is it not a hedgehog? No, it's a hedgehog.
Yeah, it's a moon.
It's really
moon
cute.
and hedgehog.
And then she just looks so cute and sporty.
And Mimi looks like a Hampton's wife.
I do.
She has a low bun. She has on a flowy white shirt, a white jean.
And a rattan flat.
A tan, like terracotta flat.
Yeah, like that's made out of basket material.
You just came back from the farmer's market.
Honey, I did. Oh, which reminds me of this book I just read that rocked my world. And I think you have to read it next because we have to talk about it on the pod.
Wait, what is it?
Yesteryear,
yeah. I was listening to my audiobook that I was obsessed with called Into the Blue, which you should get into.
I saw your review.
Quite good. Gets very smutty to the point where I was like, oh my God. Walking down the street like, oh my God, like none of these like men in Harlem know I'm listening to this smut. But at the end, you know how sometimes they give you previews for audiobooks? Mm-hmm. And that preview came on and it was amazing. An amazing first
This is what minutes. This is. And then we can talk about it more when you read it. We talk about it on the pod. But like, I'm not a good reader. I'm really not. Like, I never have been in my life. I am someone that my brain just goes so fast that I have to like reread things multiple times to like actually comprehend it. I read Yesteryear in 2 days. Never have I ever. I sat at a coffee shop alone for 2 hours reading this book.
Oh, it's the best.
I would read it when I woke up in the morning. I would read it before I went to bed. I had an audition and I woke up an extra hour early so I knew I could drink coffee and read before I had to start getting ready.
That's delightful.
About a book.
Yeah, correct.
It is so good. An interesting thing that I read, I loved it so much, I read the acknowledgments at the end.
Oh, yeah.
It seems as though the author worked with Anne Hathaway while she was writing it. Like Anne Hathaway saw a preview, like the option preview or whatever, and was like, this is going to be amazing. And like they connected somehow. I guess I could Google this and find out more. But, and like she says, like for helping me, like the character Natalie would not be who she is without Anne Hathaway. So I'm really curious about that too. But Anne Hathaway is going to eat in the movie.
Babe, I just saw the Odyssey. We should talk about that. Have you seen it?
I want to see it. No, whatchamacallit? Excuse me, burn a burp. Excuse me, that's a good one.
Ra-ta-ta-ta.
Yeah, I'm pussy, bitch. Okay, never mind. That's for you Drag Race girlies out there. Oh, every time I wanted to buy a ticket, they were sold out.
They're completely sold out. Yeah, if you want to see it in IMAX, buy your tickets now for like 3 weeks from now. It'll probably still be in IMAX. I saw it in IMAX. I bought my tickets while I was watching the Knicks game.
Whoa.
Okay, and it was already like a week sold out. And I went at 2 p.m. on Friday. And we were sitting way too close to the screen. I was like, oh, good to know. Like,
Motion
I was
sickness.
literally looking up the entire film. My neck hurt. But fantastic movie.
I'm really excited because I read Circe by Madeline Miller, and Odysseus is a large character in that book. And I'm so interested.
Circe is crazy in this film. But I was going to say that I just saw this video of this guy being like, there's such a rise in anti-online stuff. Like the generation below us is going very analog. Everyone's trying to get back to CD players and vinyls and iPods, and like in-person events are becoming much more popular. Obviously, like theater is really exploding because in concerts, people just want to be in person and experience things off the internet. There's also the whole dead internet theory, which I don't know if you've heard this, that like more than half of the internet is...
All right, hit us with a hot note, Lacey.
Once again, tinfoil hats on,
Welcome
bitches.
to Lacey's Hot Takes. Get them while they're hot and fresh. Just made that up.
I love that song. The dead internet theory is that like more than 50% of the internet is bots at this point.
I'm not shocked.
And so there's actually a lot less people online, and a lot of the division that you're seeing online is not real. But it was created in like 2018 when like the infinite scroll thing happened. You know how you used to scroll on things and it'd be like, you've reached the end of the feed.
Yeah.
And then they introduced infinite scroll so you could just stay on it forever. And I think that was 2018. And then 2020, we were all locked in our houses. So everyone was just online more than ever.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why the internet addiction got so crazy. And like the influencer community and people making money online blew up. Was like those three things in succession. And now people are burning out in such a crazy way, getting such brain rot and exhaustion. People are going to psychosis from AI. Like it's crazy what's happening on these phones. And so people are moving farther and farther away from this. I say all this to say, I think a lot of us are getting back into things that we just haven't done in a long time because the internet took up all of our time. And reading is one of those. And the feeling of like having a book you're obsessed with that you wake up and think about, because it's different than watching a TV show, because the TV show is like the whole world is built out for you. In a book, there's so much that you can imagine for yourself. And there's like, the world is unfolding in real time. And it's also kind of unfolding based on where you are. And if you're reading the book in a park, like you have a different feeling than you would. But watching something at home on the couch is such a isolating feeling. And a book is so expansive.
And I've also like, since reading Yesteryear, I have been like, and if I'm doing something, if I'm on my phone, I'm like, I would rather be reading right now. And I'm like, am I elite?
Yeah.
Am I top tier? Am I better?
Am I better than everyone?
And everyone, like, I want to be reading. Oh my God. But no, it's true. Like, I loved like being like, oh, I can't wait to pick that book back up. I need to pick it up right now. I need to finish it. Like, and I started the Fosse biography by Sam Wasserman, the one that like they kind of based Fosse Verdon off of. He goes into far too much detail for me, but I'm still like really enjoying reading the book.
Yeah.
It's just fun. It is really fun
to read. And same thing with the Odyssey, like turning around in this giant IMAX theater and there was not a free seat.
It's amazing.
Everyone just like in the rise of AI and in like AI partnering with major movie companies and stuff, to know that Christopher Nolan made this entire film on IMAX.
You couldn't even wear Uggs to set. Like that's how anti-modernity it was.
Everything was practical. Like he tried to use as little CGI as possible. Cyclops was practical. The whirlpool is practical. Like all these insane effects. They just poured all this money into it. It's unbelievable.
And I think it's proving. Hasn't it grossed like $40 million, something like that?
Oh, it's like $600 million.
Damn.
It cost $250 million to make, and it's grossed $640 million after 2 weekends in theaters.
Whoa.
Gag.
But honestly, I love that. That
Obsessed.
makes me happy.
I'm thrilled. I'm like, movies are back.
Like, yes, let's make more movies. And like, did you watch that interview about the like death of pilot season and how like that is affecting so much and all that stuff?
Yeah.
I just like bring back projects. Like, Well, that kind of segues me kind of into my thoughts about our movie recap of the week.
Oh, sure.
So guys, as you can already tell, like we are kind of flushing format again. We're trying out a version of where we kind of just talk because we're silly and we have opinions and we're fun.
D.
So we felt that we were. You just look so comfy. I want to match your comf.
I know. I was like, let me lean against this wall.
We're just trying to where we talk each other and we free associate.
I loved that sentence. I would like to hear that sentence back.
Don't know if I can read it.
We're just trying. I don't even know what
we're just
said.
trying to talk to each other and free associate. Something like that.
Yeah, because we felt that having all of our jingles, which we love, but it was kind of locking us into a very tight format.
But we'll still play them.
Yeah.
We just might hear every one of them every show. I guess it is a show.
It is a show. We're doing a show. Well, should we get into this recap then?
Let's do. It's time for a recap. So I do think that at this point, Lacey and I thought maybe we would be able to be watching The Bachelorette. Like we would get the lost season of The Bachelorette, but that's not coming anytime soon.
That's not happening.
So we decided that we were just going to start watching movies and
like classic
things,
movies.
Classic movies.
Everyone has seen.
That we maybe haven't seen or haven't seen in a long time and just giving our opinion. So up first, a classic, The Breakfast Club.
What did you know about The Breakfast Club going into it?
I think that I knew that Molly Ringwald was in it, and I knew this.
I was about to say punch in the fist in the air.
Punch in the fist.
I knew hey, 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 hey. I think if it's a movie in the 80s, you know that Molly Ringwald's going to be in it, so I knew that.
Yeah.
And I knew they all like were at detention and sitting around.
Yeah, I think I knew that too. We were just segueing from the Odyssey and making things and attention spans and whatever.
Yes.
I found it to be like it took us so long.
It was
to
excruciating.
get to where we needed to go.
It was excruciating.
And then by the time we got where we needed to go, I didn't get enough of what I wanted, and then it was over.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that movie can exist in this day and time.
No.
I think for many, many reasons.
Oh my God.
The shit that they say to each other is fucked up.
Absolutely unbelievable. In fact, I wrote some of it down.
Oh, you did?
Of course.
Okay.
Well, let's just dive in. I think there was so much 80s in the beginning that was delicious to me. I was so excited in the beginning. Of course, we start off with hey, 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 hey. One of the best songs of all time. Then we go into a very long in order of appearance cast list on the screen, which I'm like, bring that back.
Bring that back. I actually really did enjoy that.
I love that. And then that screen like shattered in like a very iMovie kind of.
That was Microsoft PowerPoint, honey.
It was crazy, the quality of that.
So funny. I was like, I think I laughed out loud.
Same. And then going directly into the sound quality of the 80s of where I was like, this mic. Ooh, she's crusty and she's dusty. Like whatever mic they're recording ADR on, I was like, okay, this sound, like, especially coming off the Odyssey with the crispest sound I've heard in my entire life. And then in the first 3 minutes, we get like shots of high school in the 80s and we get a noose and a fag. And that's when I knew we were in for a wild ride. If you don't know, one of the lockers is like, open this locker and you'll die. And there's a noose, or you'll die, fag. Oh my God, even saying the word is crazy. You'll die, F word.
Yeah. You said it twice.
And there's a noose hanging from the locker. And I was like, okay, this is a different time.
Here we go.
Strap in, babe.
Keep going with where you're at.
Okay. Then we get into the cast and I'm like, first of all, everyone, like Molly looks so young because she was like 15, 16 when all these movies were being made. And John Hughes, who made all these movies, was obsessed with her. Yeah. This married man just being like, I'm going to write all these films for you. Weird if we think about it for too long.
Yeah, you can't. But she also does have like an addicting face.
Oh, it's her lips.
Her lips are so fantastic. Also, just the way in which she uses her face, like her facial expressions and her reactions. I'm just like,
yeah, and the hair, the feathery, thick bob. I was like, woof, love this.
I loved her outfit. I will say that.
Me too. And when they did the dancing scene, she was hitting the perfect 80s, like, I was like, I've never seen it done better than Molly in this film. Who I couldn't stop thinking about was Emilio Estevez.
Yeah,
who is Martin Sheen's son and Charlie Sheen's brother.
Crazy.
And did you know that Martin Sheen originally Something Estevez changed his name because of the racist Hollywood machine. So he changed it to sound white, and then Charlie followed in his footsteps. So they're both Sheens. But Emilio was like, I'm not going to do that. And every time I look at Emilio, I'm like, that's a white man. But, you know, talk about passing for white.
Come see Wanted on Broadway.
Because he wanted on Broadway. But then I did a little deep dive into Emilio because the movie was moving so slow that I was like, let's learn a little bit more about you. Did you know that he was married to Paula Abdul?
No.
He was married to Paula Abdul for 2 years.
Okay, slay.
But then I was just thinking about the Sheen family legacy and how like Emilio kind of popped before Charlie did. Mm-hmm. And then Charlie became this giant star and then went insane, you know?
Yeah.
And we never really hear from Emilio much anymore. I'm sure he's probably still acting, but he had a couple really big hits in the 80s.
He did.
And this was crazy. And the first half of the movie, I was like, ugh, I need the girls to step it up with the acting, you know? But then Emilio had the scene where they were all really breaking down. And I was like, you know what?
He kind of ate.
This is a fantastic
When
performance.
when he's yelling, win. I was like, okay, you're eating.
Yeah, I was like,
wow.
wow.
I said, like, once we got there, we just should have smoked the pot way earlier.
We should have smoked the pot. First of all, what I couldn't get over was I was like, this is not prison. You guys aren't locked in here for weeks at a time. This is like a few hours of your life on a Saturday. And I just could not understand why it became anarchy so fast.
Also, but I will say, I went to detention once when I was in high school, and it was like an hour and a half. Why were they there for 8 hours?
Yeah, that was weird.
That's crazy.
But then you think about the things each of them did, and I am like, no, maybe these kids need to be in jail.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know.
But yeah, John Bender, one of the worst characters in movie fucking history. My God, the spooky Yuki guy who reminds me a lot of my sister's ex.
Oh,
who was the devil incarnate. Just like with the baggy, like with the kind of witch pants and 3 layers of flannel.
Witch pants is so accurate and so fucking funny.
Like the floppy boots.
Yeah, the floppy boots. Also, where did he get that one sneaker when he was in the gym? Whose sneaker was that?
Whose sneaker was that?
I was like, why you guys want so? Where did he get one sneaker?
Yeah.
We never talked about it again.
No, there's a lot that was just happened and we didn't return.
But also, like, that's also where, like, I don't know, maybe because I'm older, the whole time I was like, I know this kid's exact story. He gets detention every Saturday, so he doesn't have to be at his house.
Yeah.
Everybody, can you use your brains?
Right. Well, there's just so many tropes that probably weren't a thing then that are now.
Yeah, that are now.
And
That's
that maybe
true.
were even made in that movie. Like watching it, I was like, this is so many things that probably just weren't talked about then that are so overplayed at this point.
Yeah.
Especially with like mental health and like fear of failure and
Ooh, yeah.
like bringing a gun to school was so like, and now that's like Happy Wednesday, you know what I mean?
Not Happy Wednesday.
Sorry. We're in hell. What do you want from me?
Yeah. But it wasn't even, it was not a gun. It was a flare gun.
It was a flare gun, but he thought it was a gun.
Wait, I missed that. That he thought it was a real gun, but it was just a flare gun.
And it went off in his locker. He was the best actor in the film.
I thought he was fantastic.
He was so natural and
Where's
amazing.
this guy now? He was very natural.
When everyone else was kind of giving like, oh, why don't you cut it out? You know, he was really giving a grounded performance.
He was. And I will say his comedic timing in the beginning, he's like, yes, sir. Cool. Yep. Totally.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or when they're all kind
physics
of like,
club too. Yeah.
his physical comedy when they're like pushing past him and it could tell that the boys were very like choreographed in their pushes. His reactions were so
just, like,
real time. I was
He
like,
was really good.
he was really, really great.
Excellent. Excellent stuff.
And we're talking about, what was his name? Brian?
Brian.
His name was Brian, the nerd in the film. So here are a couple crazy lines from John Bender, the witch pant, long-haired
wonder.
dog. One of the first ones that had my jaw on the floor was, why don't you close that door and we'll get the prom queen impregnated?
That's crazy. Insane. I literally was like,
Free?
what?
Like, again, 10 minutes in, just rape joke out in the wild.
Just out loud. Also, when he's underneath the table and they show him looking at her underwear, and then
crotch.
he goes, I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah. I literally wrote, what the fuck? Next line, did you slip her the hot beef injection?
Injection was such a choice.
Hot beef injection?
I can't with that.
You want prison time. A line that I'm hoping originated here, but I'm not sure because this is one of my favorite things on earth to say. Eat my shorts.
I mean, maybe.
And finally, Claire, do you want to see a picture of a guy with elephantitis of the nuts? It's pretty tasty.
Wait, but what did he call Brian? It was like a 4-name thing that I was like, that's the most unhinged 4 words to ever put together.
Yeah.
And I wish I would have written it down.
It was insane.
But at that point, I just wanted to
wet
keep going.
sack, hog, slut.
Slut, tweeb, dweeb, doby. It was something.
It was horrific words. A few other notes I wrote down. They did everything in their power not to write those essays. Like if they all just stopped talking and wrote their essays, the time would have gone by and they would have just been done with it. Why it wasn't the teacher just in the room? Every other detention I've witnessed, the teacher's in the room with them.
Yeah.
Like you're just going to leave these teenagers in a giant 4-story room just to be like, don't move.
Yeah.
That was weird. When they all fall asleep and then wake up, I was like, what is the plot of this movie? How long are we here? Time is endless.
Yes.
The whistling scene where they all started whistling made me feel like I was going into psychosis. The lunch scene was also crazy.
Was it 5 sandwiches? That baby was eating?
Yeah. And then this spooky girl pouring like 6 things of sugar and like a diabetes sandwich.
Literally a diabetes sandwich.
I was like, this is unhinged.
What I did more sugar in her Coke?
Yeah. I was like, you're sick in the head. What I did love was the sushi bento box. I will be sending my kids to school with a sushi bento box, and it will be cut.
With the little chopstick holder.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
I was like, oof, this is really pussy.
One thing I really did love about the movie though, was it was like I did find that the character like archetypes, if that's the word I'm looking for, were so clear.
Yeah.
And really,
in fact,
and not in a like
too clear.
Oh, I was gonna say I didn't find it to be an annoying clear. I guess I was just like, oh, if this were made today, I would be like, ugh. But I was like, oh, this was probably one of the first movies to like, this is this and this is this, and we're bringing all these people in from the same, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think that's also, if you look at the 2 Mean Girls films, in the first one, 2004, it really was, high school separated like that. It was like, those are the band geeks. Those are the band geeks. Those are the jocks. Yeah. Those are the art. And now everything is so, we don't really have subculture anymore because of the internet. Everyone is just kind of recycling the same phrases, and everyone kind of has the same personality, and everyone's wearing the same clothes, and and like dyeing your hair purple and piercing your lip is just like, again, happy Wednesday. Yeah. And so it's before there was these very distinct, like if you're a cheerleader, you hang out with the cheerleaders and you're rich. Yeah. And if you're poor, even the cheerleaders won't hang out with you. Yeah. And like if you're like a bad guy, and that whole conversation when Brian was like, what happens on Monday? Like, are we still going to be friends? Because I consider you guys friends. Ugh, incredible performance.
I really loved Brian. Brian kept me around.
Yeah, same. Every time I almost turned the TV off, I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay for Brian.
Gotta stay for Brian.
But that feeling of, like, can we all be friends after this? And I just think that we're in such a different time.
Yeah.
Of course, bullying still exists. Of course, cliques still exist. But to that extreme is such a snapshot of the 80s and what the cultures were like.
And it's really interesting. I just had the thought of like thinking about this movie and then thinking about like Euphoria.
Right.
You know what I mean? With the like Maddie and the, you know, all of those different people, and even Rue being friends with them, but not friends with them, but kind of friends with them. And then, you know, the sister by way of this. It's like if this were made in the 80s, none of those people would ever speak to each other.
Exactly.
But now we are in a space where like,
and them like
we're all existing around, there's no more monoculture.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like we're all existing in little pockets of the same culture.
Yes.
One part I did find actually really interesting, and I think that as a big person, as a fat person, was like what Witch Pant Wonder said about being fat.
About Claire, yeah.
And I was like,
Saying
at first
Claire's
I was
a
like,
fat name.
I was like annoyed. I was like rolling my eyes. I was like, oh my God. But then I was like, wait, that's such an interesting way to put that, because I think about that a lot, actually, and maybe this is going to get me canceled, I don't know. But like I think about the women who were like so didn't want to be around, not as they're women now, but like kids in high school who didn't want to be around me because I was bigger, or were like looked at me differently because I was bigger or whatever, that have now like had 3 babies and now are big people, now are wearing size 14s and size 16s, and like, and I find that so, I was like, this is just like a really interesting concept, because I'm like, this is the house that built me. I've been big my whole life.
Right.
And now you fought and wouldn't even be by someone as big as to not catch the big. And now you're big. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or like the boys when I was younger who like wouldn't admit that they liked me, even though when we were at the school dance, they were getting boners. Right. And I was dancing by them.
Rock hard.
But now are married to a bigger person. And I'm like, it's so interesting.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I want to be annoyed by this little monologue moment, but I'm actually like, we don't talk about that.
That is really
Isn't that
interesting.
weird?
Yeah. Well, it's also like the commodity of youth and what youth is tied to.
Yeah.
And youth is often tied to thinness.
Yes.
And like whenever people think about people that are older, and older, when you're younger is your 30s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like anything beyond 30, if people gain weight or, then it's kind of like, oh, that's an adult thing. But like if you're big now, then that's like a whole different problem.
Yeah.
Which is so strange, because I'm like, you're the same person, just time continues to pass.
Literally.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I think sometimes when people project something onto someone for the future, or the people that peak in high school and you can kind of smell it on them in high school, where they're just like, they're living their best lives. And it's like, you might be living right now, babe, but you're going to be the exact same person in 20 years and you're going to be having a terrible time because these were the best years of your life.
Literally.
And it's weird how in the moment we place all this importance on these things that won't, like how short of a time 4 years is when you think about high school.
Oh yeah.
6 years have passed since COVID.
Yeah. That's insane. 6 years.
And I feel like when I look at high school in those 4 years, like it feels like that was such a long period of time, because time like is so warped by depending on what you're going through, and also depending on how many other people are going through it with you.
Yeah.
And I think that's why COVID felt so long, was because we're all going through this like collective thing for a year and a half. And same with when you're in school, like middle school felt so long. Those 2 years were so long because we're all getting our periods, like, and
it's also, it's like when you're going through something with the same exact people, I think that makes it feel longer.
For sure.
Like when it's just you and those, like I went to a smaller grammar school and a smaller high school, and it was just like about 50 of us. You know what I mean? And those, I could tell you everything about, or almost everything about those 50 people.
Same.
You know, like, so even that, it is like, it's like the Love Island effect. It's like,
yes.
I don't see it outside of this. I've been here forever.
Yeah.
You know, it's like rehearsing a new Broadway show. I'll never forget. Like when you're in Open Jar, Studio 11B, every single day, one day you look around and you're like, I've been here since I was 12.
Yeah. I was born here.
I was born in Open Jar.
Yeah.
You don't know anything outside of it.
No.
It's just how time passes.
And like the day you leave the rehearsal studio, you're just like, I'm not going to be here every day.
Yeah.
Like, and it's also the same thing when a show ends and you look back on, like I look back on my London casts, people that they were my lifeblood, you know? And now I'm just like, I haven't been back to London in 2 years of time. Yeah. But in the time that you're there,
they
it's
were
like
your everything. Like you couldn't imagine life without them.
Yeah.
Which I think that's interesting, bringing it back to like, what are we going to do on Monday? Like we've obviously had an experience. All of us have cried.
Yeah.
We've brought poor Claire to the brink of admitting that she's a virgin.
Babe,
whoa, mama.
They're trying to get Claire to kill herself. At
this
point, I was like,
why do you care?
Why are you guys so obsessed with her?
Why do you care that if she's a virgin or not?
It's
why do you care?
Weird. It was so weird. Yeah. The way they were treating Claire was weird the entire time.
And I was like, why? And like, also like, why were we so obsessed with virginity back in the 80s? Like
purity culture. Yeah.
But like, it's just wild. I mean, I remember in high school, like, we talked about people who had sex and if people did and if you like went whatever, but like we weren't like you weren't weird if you were a virgin. That wasn't like a reason to be screaming at you.
And I guess like in the early 2000s, if you look at like Superbad and movies like that, it definitely was a thing to be like, yeah, virgin. You know what I mean? Like there definitely was something in the early 2000s.
But that feels male. Like I feel like guys are more
like
that.
That's kind of what's happening in this it's really the guys against the girls a lot of the time in this movie.
But then I feel like at the end it was just everybody against poor Claire.
Yeah. And then she kisses him and gives him her fucking expensive earring.
Yeah. Do you think that he manipulated her to get the earring so he could pawn it and have money? Or do you think that he actually was just being mean to her the whole time because he loves her?
I mean, it was giving the classic, if a boy is mean to you, he likes you.
Yeah.
Which I think is a disgusting thing, and we should not be teaching girls that.
Ever.
And I remember thinking that as a kid and always taking it kind of as a compliment if a boy was bullying me. My first boyfriend, I knew since preschool. And we would sit next to each other because our birthdays were really close, and we always sat by birthday. And he would always like be pushing me, making fun of me. And I remember everyone just being like, it's because he likes you. Cut to us being 18 and starting to date. And I was like, all those years he was mean to me, it's because he liked me.
Yeah.
Like the validating thought of like, yeah, if boys tease you and pull your hair and like, it's because like they really, and I'm like, I don't think that that's a good thing, but that's very 80s.
Yeah.
And he was viciously attacking her verbally.
It was insane.
And then the end was just looking at her like, yeah, let's kiss. I was
And
like,
wait. Who's kissing? Soft kissing. Not just like, but like soft.
yeah.
Bringing our heads together, kissing. Like while leaning on the car that your
mom
parents is actively
in.
behind the driving wheel. The driver's wheel.
Yeah.
What?
Literally placed her $900 earring in his hand and then like slipped into the seat next to her mom to be like, all right, let's go.
Like
Let's leave
it was
detention.
insane. Even the other two, Emilio Estevez and the goth girl.
That was crazy.
They like made out while her parents were right there.
And also, why does every girl in this movie in these times have to have like a makeover where she finally turns into like the girl she was supposed to be?
I don't know.
I was like, I liked that she was weird and had dandruff that she was painting her little picture with.
Oh my God,
like,
gross.
it was disgusting.
It was disgusting, but
and her diabetes sandwich was disgusting. But they went out of their way to make her repulsive when she probably was just like a cool girl who's kind of anti-establishment. I even love that she was like, you guys know why I'm here? Because I had nothing better to do. That was one of my favorite lines in the whole movie. But
I mean, maybe we did like it. I don't know.
no, I mean, I was into it, but I was just like, why did we need to turn her into like a pretty girl in all white who's like worthy of being kissed by the popular boy? I was like, I don't.
Yeah.
And also, they never really had a vibe until like the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think he was vibing with her the whole time.
But I feel like he was also
Emilio was
vibing
giving
with
looks over the
Claire.
shoulder.
That's true.
I think he was with Claire because that would be winning, because he
And that
would
makes the
win
most
Claire,
sense.
and that would
Yeah.
make no sense. But he was looking over his shoulder at other girl. What was her name?
Couldn't tell you, gun to my head.
Yeah, he was vibing with her. I don't know. Also, I thought the janitor was gonna play a bigger role,
Yeah.
but he didn't.
He didn't. He had hair everywhere. There's hair coming out of every area
Very
of that
hairy
shirt.
man. A very hairy man.
That was random. The teacher was random.
The teacher scene where he put him in the closet and he was like, swing, just swing on me once.
Yeah,
I'm
he
going
was
to
like,
see you in
"Hit me."
5 years and I'm going to punch the crap out of you. I was like, sir, you need a life.
Yeah.
Get out of detention duty and get a life.
I also was like, I'm calling HR. You're being fucking weird. Speaking of weird, you know what we just like moved past? First of all of their confessions about what they did. But one of the craziest things I've ever heard is that Emilio Estevez taped this boy's ass cheeks together.
Crazy.
And he had to like rip it off, ripped off skin
Insane.
from his ass. And also I'm just like, how did we get to that? So you saw him, you started beating him up. Where did you get the tape? Did you pull his pants down and like tape his butt cheek? Like, I'm just like, there's so much to
You had
unpack
to have had an
here.
accomplice. You couldn't have just taped his ass together by yourself.
And the gag of you
And if you
sitting
did
there,
tape his ass together by yourself, that sounds like you might have been having sex.
that sounds like you're invested in his ass.
You know his ass intimately.
And also him just be like, it's all because of my old man. I was like, there's so much homoerotic shit going on
And
here.
I just think about him going home and having to tell his daddy that I
his
taped his
dad.
ass together.
Like, and also you literally sitting there like taping up your knee, being like, like I'm a wrestler, and if I don't fight, my dad's gonna be bad. Like he tells me to win. You looking at someone that's weaker than you and just being like, dad would like this if I beat him up and taped his ass together. What the fuck is going on at home?
It's crazy.
All these kids have horrific home lives is all that I pulled from at the end.
Yeah.
Have you seen the play Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
No.
Okay. Great play to read. girls, if you want to read a play at the bookstore. I randomly did this play in high school because the theater company that I was in from like middle school onward was very into it was a very mature theater group for children, basically.
I'm getting that.
Yeah.
I'm getting that.
And we did Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, which is like a 4-person play, and it's all about this dinner party where like these 2 couples come to dinner and it all unravels and like all their secrets are revealed, and it's very dramatic and like it's brilliant but so intense. And this was kind of giving that, where it was just like it felt like they were trapped in this place and they were forced to tell all their deepest darkest secrets, where I was like, if y'all just shut the fuck up and wrote your essays,
there wouldn't be a show.
There wouldn't be a show, there wouldn't be a movie. But I was just like, how did we get here, when they're all sitting there and crying and they're all like sharing their secrets, and then it comes down to be like, I think you guys are my friends now, and they're like, no, you fucking loser, like I won't look at you. I was like, what? I felt like we were taking 1 step forward, 3 steps back repeatedly throughout the entire film, and then it just ends with like the 2 straight couples kissing each other and Brian going home.
But Brian really served a fit in the end. Like however he restyled himself, I really was into it. Really was into Brian's style. Well, you know what's so funny about that is like we're sitting here being like, rah, 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 but also sometimes it is just that dumb.
It's true.
In high school, like I remember moments where I was like, this is dumb. The way I did that was dumb. The way I went about that was dumb. Like, and even, it is just that stupid.
And even what we were saying earlier, where it's like the Love Island effect, the high school effect, where that is your whole world.
Yeah, that's everything to
everything
you.
Is
you don't
magnified.
understand what life is outside of that.
Yeah.
You know?
I think ultimately I understand why it was such a cultural moment. It's a kind of difficult watch now, both because of pacing and content.
Yeah. I do think we wouldn't have like iconic movies like Easy A, John Tucker Must Die.
For sure.
Like all of those movies pull from that so deeply.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
In honor of The Breakfast Club, would you like to give this a letter grade?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to be annoying and give it a letter grade based on watching it now, and a letter grade on if I was watching in the 80s. I feel like if I was watching in the 80s, I'd give it like a B+.
Okay.
I think I'd be like, oh, whoa, talked about so many important things and really opened my eyes to stuff and really great performances. Now I'd give it like a D, maybe a D+. Just like editing, pacing, acting wise, everything has shifted.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe D is too harsh. Maybe like a C.
I think if I'm just going to grade it watching it now, and I think I would give it like an 80%, like an 80 C. C 80%.
Oh, okay.
I think. Because I get it, and I get what it was doing, and I appreciate what it's doing, and I understand that they were operating under different rules than we do now.
Yeah.
What should we watch next week?
Either something older or newer. You know? Like either like a Casablanca or like one of those. Yeah. I don't know. We'll discuss. We'll discuss off pod. All right. Well, that was the recap.
That was amazing.
So let us know if you're enjoying this theme where we take like a classic film that most people have watched and we just talk about it instead of doing a full recap. I think it's a funny way to do it.
You know what that conversation reminds me of though, is that our Love Island babies are no longer trapped inside that villa.
They're released.
They're out. They are signing with agents left and
right and center, babe.
Honey.
They're giving us less than I thought they would. I feel like in previous seasons, everyone is on every podcast. Mm-hmm. They've been very slow with that. It's really only Kenzie that was on Call Her Daddy. Yeah. I don't know if you listened to it, but it was quite great.
It was. She was fantastic.
So delightful. I was just like, oh, I wish we saw more of all of their personalities.
Yeah. I agree.
All of
the
them.
US has to, because you do get more personality, I find, from a UK season than a US season.
By far.
They have to figure that out.
Yeah. Well, they just have more time. They also do unseen bits on UK, where it's just a full episode of the stuff that is not story driven.
Yeah. Maybe they're not letting them go on podcasts until after the reunion, the final 4 couples.
Maybe, but before, I feel like Leah went on Call Her Daddy like as soon as she got off season 6. Last season, Huda was on like 3 days after.
I don't know. Maybe they're doing something different.
Maybe so.
Yeah, but outside of what we are getting from them is a lot of new looks. And
a lot of new wigs, babe.
With that gorgeous, like, what is it? Like hip length blowout.
The bust down.
It's gorgeous.
40-inch bust down.
She was like, oh, you had things to say about my hair?
Right.
Shut up.
Yeah. Eat your words.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
Melanie and Sincere were just spotted together. Hate to say
I hate to say it. I did think she broke up with him, and I was going to be really happy about that.
We all thought the pink hair was her new...
Was her liberation.
Yeah.
Her liberation look. But I guess they have to try.
They don't. They really don't. I'm just like...
But I think Sincere just still has his claws in her.
He does. And now it's turned into like a us against the world situation. And a very like, they'll never get us. Like, we're so different. And like, they don't understand what we have. But I do think that like Melanie has a lot of public support. And I'm a bit worried that it's going to shift, you know, and that's fine. Like, I think you have to do what you have to do. And we're all too parasocial with these people. And we need to all take a step back collectively and take a deep breath. There's like 60 brands that are offering you things if you leave that man.
If you leave that man, yeah.
And the entirety of the internet, anything you post is just like, period, poo, we love you, we support you. Like, thank God you left that man. And you still go back. It is just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to.
But I guess, okay. But hear me out. Think about, like, I think that in my mind, if I were her, my time has passed. If she was going to leave Sincere, she should have left Sincere. At family day, followed her mom out of the villa.
Sure.
And then she would have been able to leave the villa. She would have got the free car, lifetime supply of this, all of it. Like all the things that the brands are offering her to leave this man, she would have gotten, and no one would have thought twice about it. They would have been like, work, standards, yes, you are worthy. But now, if I were her, I've gone and I've stayed. We've gotten to the end. We didn't win. Knew we weren't going to win. If I now, after the show's over, and I go and take all this free shit, does that make me look like the type of person I'm not? Or do I like just be like, okay, I guess I have to like act like I wasn't a complete idiot. Like I really, there is a side of him that you didn't see on television. You know what I mean? Like, am I making sense?
Yeah. I mean, I believe that there is a side of him that we didn't see. I'm sure there's so much more to their relationship that we don't know. And clearly he knows he knows what he's doing. Okay, even Miss Amora in Casa Amor, like going in, knew how crazy he was, and he still got her, you know? Yeah. And she's like, damn, he's good. He's good. So I'm sure that there's a lot that we don't know. And even the way the girls were defending him throughout the whole time in the villa, I'm like, clearly there's a side to Sincere that we don't see. I don't even think it's about taking the free stuff. I think it's just like a dignity thing, a self-respect thing of like, if this man has played in your face this many times publicly, the likelihood of more fame and eyeballs on you not making that worse is very low. Yeah. And I just feel like there was a chance, because there's two sides of the argument. One is like everyone deserves a second chance and you should always just like see things through to the end and allow people to like change and grow. Yeah. And then there's also the respect yourself enough to walk away the first time. And if 100%. You don't do it 2 times in a row, then maybe do it the third. And then it's kind of like you're doing it kind of a 4th time now, because you've heard it twice, then you hear it from the outside, then you experience it on the outside. You can actually watch the show, watch the things that you did back. Yeah. I think there's a lot of people who are messaging her and being like, I was in a situation like this, took me so long to leave. It's very inspiring to see people leave stuff like that. And also, we also don't know if they're still together. We just saw one picture of them and they could be going to dinner and talking things out and not, be dating, But
I don't think we'll actually know if they're together or not until the 31st of August.
For sure.
And I think that's NBC Universal. Down.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, just, you guys, be nice to the Love Island babies, okay? You don't know. You're not in their shoes. And you don't know what you would do.
You don't know.
Lots of y'all are out here being like, leave him. But you wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
And hey, I'm saying that. It's none of my business.
None of my business.
It's genuinely none of y'all's business. Leave him.
Leave him. Immediately.
Leave him and be with someone way hotter.
Yeah. Okay, we're about to do a new segment. This segment is brought to you by Hot Carl.
Hot Carl, we love you. We miss you.
And
I miss you. Lacey sees you every day.
Yeah, miss you, baby. I'll see you in about 20 minutes. So this segment is called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Carl is going to pick 3 different news stories, a good, a bad, and an ugly, and give it to us, and we read it in real time and respond to it.
Okay.
So first, we have the good. Breaking news. A guy in a full Spider-Man costume just saved someone's life on the Arkansas highway. An Arkansas traffic camera was rolling when a man dressed as Spider-Man pulled off a real-life rescue on a busy road. A 20-year-old college student made national news if he was filmed pushing a man in a wheelchair across an Arkansas highway. While the speed was noteworthy, viewers were more fascinated by his attire, a Spider-Man costume. Whoa. I told him, "Don't worry, I've got you." Christopher Henthal told the New York Times of the viral assist captured on a traffic camera on July 21st. "It happened really fast. I just kind of skedaddled out of there because the light turned green." This past Tuesday, the video showed a man in a wheelchair struggling across a 6-lane highway at a red light.
Whoa!
By the time he made it to the second lane of traffic, Hellenthal jumped out of his red Jeep and quickly pushed the man the rest of the way across before the light turned green. Then he managed to jump back into his vehicle just as traffic began to move. Wow. Why is he in a Spider-Man costume?
Nobody asked him that? Breaking news. Scientists now say the galaxy's coldest star might not be stars at all, but alien megastructures. Nothing confirmed. Everything ominous. Perfect. And on that note, good night. Yeah, that sounds pretty bad to me.
That's bad.
A recent scientific study suggests that some of the galaxy's coldest objects might actually be energy harvesting alien megastructures.
Bitch.
Known as Dyson swarms. Research by University of Arkansas physicist Amir Nizam Amiri, I apologize if that was terrible, focuses on red dwarfs and white dwarfs as the most logical host for these structures because their small size makes them easier to encase and harvest. What are you harvesting?
Harvesting?
I guess energy? While a normal red dwarf glows at around 3,000 Kelvin, a complete Dyson swarm could drop the perceived surface temperature down to roughly 50 Kelvin, colder than natural stars, and sitting in an empty zone of standard stellar classification charts. Wow, I don't know.
I don't know what any of this means, but it sounds spooky.
It looks terrifying.
Great.
It's giving disclosure day. That feels bad. But is it to say that the aliens are going to come harvest my energy?
I mean, I think they already have been.
Yeah, you think?
Oh my God, speaking of
What do I
aliens,
have to give to aliens? Like Mimi Scardula.
Just vibes.
Actually, yeah, no. If the Dyson swarms came in here right now, what do you think? I'm going to say what I think the aliens would harvest from you, and you say what you think the aliens would harvest from me.
Okay. What do you think they'd harvest from you?
No, you have to tell me what you think they'd harvest from me, and I tell what they've harvest from you.
What I think they'd harvest from you.
Yes.
Okay.
Whoa.
Clearly not our brains.
Ruh-roh.
My God. I think that they would harvest from you your fat ass.
Hey. Sure, I wouldn't take my metabolism, but they could take this ass. Great. Honestly, it should be studied. I do find my butt is like is propped and beautiful, but it's always hard. You know, like they say like a soft butt is sexier than a hard butt. Do you know this?
They do?
Yeah, I learned this in Broadway's Bears. I learned this in Broadway's Bears. That when your butt is like tightened, you think that's like making it look bigger, but it actually like tightens it and it makes it look hard smaller, and small.
Yeah.
But you have to relax so it can really jiggle and shake. But I find that my butt is harder than it is soft, so it doesn't quite jiggle. My thighs really jiggle, but my butt doesn't. And this is the journalism you tapped in for. Okay?
This is what the people want to know.
Mimi hard butt doula.
Mimi hard tush.
Tushy tat tush.
Tush my gush.
Little tushy tutu head. Just a little tushy tutu head.
Mimi the tush.
Aliens, come get on this tushy ride.
Aliens, come ride on this ass.
My little ass wants a little saddle.
Honestly, babe, at this point, aliens, eat my ass. eat my ass.
I feel like they have weird tongues. I don't want you near my booty hole.
Do you think
you
they
can
have
touch
tongues?
my ass, but you cannot touch my booty hole, aliens?
Sure, that's fair.
Okay, and that's on that.
Did you see that 23andMe are there's scientists that are using 23andMe to see if anyone has alien DNA? Because apparently, like the Nordic aliens have been here reproducing with people.
And honey, this is why you're not getting my 23andMe. You're not doing it because I think that they're using my DNA for other things.
Oh, for
and
sure.
I'll say it, so I won't get an aura ring. I don't need to know my lineage. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, I feel like as a mixed race person, it was always very like, ooh, how much of what? And but like when me and my sister just had like very different lineages, I was like, well, this can't be.
We're from the same people.
Yeah. Anyway.
I think that the aliens would harvest. What would they take from you?
What would they take?
What lessons would they need to learn from that?
Would they take my constellation stars on my face?
They could. They would want to study that. They'd be like, what's going on here? She's trying to send signals. Are these buttons to be pushed? They could take your stars. The easy like answer would be like, they take your voice. But you know, that should be studied.
They'd Ursula me.
They'd Ursula. Here's the thing. I think they would take your eyes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But like they wouldn't take them out of your face, but they would just like that would be their main focus of study. They do some scans there because your eyes just say so much.
Oh.
Having worked with you, having been around you, having podcasted, my sister in podcast.
We don't see each other's mouths that much. We see a lot of eyes.
It's giving eye down. And your eyes when you're receiving information is top 10 favorite moments of my life.
Oh.
I've seen you receive great information. I've seen you receive bad information. I've seen you receive annoying information.
True.
I've seen you actively disagree with every single thing that comes out of someone's mouth as it comes out of their mouth through your eyes. So I do think that is what the aliens would really need to understand because I think that could really help them out with others.
I love that. That
It's
started
great.
off horrifying. They take your eyes. I was like, oh, okay.
Take your eyes.
And then it turned sweet.
Yeah.
Great.
That's often me.
Yeah.
I'm going to say
First
it the
they're
wrong way
sour.
before I say it the right way.
Then they're sweet.
You're like, did you mean what you just said? I'm like, wait, actually, no. Let me clarify that. Let me add some sugar on top of that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just say the things that come to my brain.
And as you should. We should all. Here's the ugly.
Bless.
Chinese firm sells hyper-real, always loyal humanoid robots. Marketed to singles and people older than 60 years old, the humanoid robots are touted to be the cure for loneliness, fitted with an artificial intelligence tool that gets to know its user over time. Their metallic frames coupled in supple, lifelike skin, a posse of new Chinese robots meant for companionship can offer users artificial intelligence-generated conversations, a hand to hold, completed with manicured nails. The company UB Tech says its U1 robot equipped with eye cameras, chest sensors, and listening microphones is the world's first full-sized ultra-realistic humanoid design for mass production. Touted as an antidote to loneliness, the robots are priced at 119,000 yen for the most basic type.
Note to Lacey when you edit this, please, as you are speaking, do my frame because the face I was just making was just pure dread. First of all,
Mimi, describe what you're seeing for the listeners.
Okay.
I just turned the iPad to Mimi so she can see what one of these robots looks like.
Okay. She's a pretty girl. She has very wide eyes. They look light brown gray. She's very red. Ariel from The Little Mermaid hair, red hair. I will say her fingers look shorter than they should be. And she's kind of giving a Dr. Evil-esque pinky, but it's more of a middle finger to the lip. Her lips are what you would draw on like Betty Boop. They're pretty like scoop.
Yeah.
She's wearing a dangle earring, a lot of necklaces, and a bracelet.
She's wearing jewelry. The robot's wearing jewelry.
Molly, you're in danger, girl. Like, that's what I say to the society. Is that her again?
Yeah, there's a video.
No, that's a woman.
No, that's a fucking
terrifying.
Robot. She's squinting her eyes.
I'm scared. Does she have legs? Or
oh
they
my,
just
why are her
top
tits
half?
so big?
Because people are going to have sex with that robot.
People are going to fuck this robot. Oh my God, we're in hell.
She's going to have penises in her mouth, and it's going to be gross.
Timeline is so bizarre.
Why do we need that? How about... Oh my God, why? I don't want robots. We don't want that. No one asked for that.
Oh my God. I'm actually going to attach this video. Oh, this is horrifying. I'm going to attach this video to the link in the description.
Yeah. And we'll make it a reel. We'll put the video at the bottom. But like, why do we need that? Why do we need that? Because people are going to do messed up shit to that robot.
People are going to fuck that robot.
It's going to be gross. And then that robot's gonna feel if it's gonna like develop feelings, and then it's gonna be like you hurt me, and so now I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, the robot's gonna feel violated, and then they're gonna gather their robot friends, and they're gonna kill the human race.
Exactly, because some idiot wanted to have sex with the robot. I can't. And why's it gotta be a girl robot, huh?
Yeah, make a boy robot. Make him have a 10-inch. Make a boy robot who doesn't speak. Has a 12-inch.
Whoa.
Bro, this is crazy.
Do you think if their 10-inch dick was like veiny, do you think the veins would just be wires? Like the wiring of the robot?
Speaking of dick wires.
Hit me with a hot note and watch me bounce.
Let's move into a tiny bit of good business for 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Let's quickly move out of the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that was the good, the bad, and the ugly.
We're fucked.
We're fucked. A lot of feelings and thoughts on all of that. Holy hell. You know what? All I have to say about all of that collectively is that's none of my business.
The bad and the ugly of that is literally none of my business. I don't have time to think about aliens, and I will never, and I am not someone who would buy a robot. So, and I speak kindly to my Google Home.
Yes. Alexa, if you're listening, I mean you no harm. I meant you no harm. I never meant to make you cry. You were the only one I've ever loved in my life. And though it's hard for me to show it, I got to let you know it. Alexa, I love you more each day, but the words got in my way. So yeah, Alexa, just keep that in mind during the uprising.
Okay, what's your good business, babe?
Okay, yeah. Also, the good of that good, bad, and ugly is
was
also
lovely. I love him.
Was lovely, but is also none of my business. Like, I don't need to know why you're in a Spider-Man costume. I just love that you were. Business,
but I love that you were, and that it made for that man got safely across the street.
Yeah. So my good business, also connected to 10-inch dick with wires. South African doctor invents female condoms with teeth to fight rape. Get into this. Dr. Sonnet Elders shows a spiked female condom whose hooks, she says, stay and stick into a man during rape. She was on a call one night 4 decades ago when a devastated rape victim walked in. Her eyes were lifeless. She was like a breathing corpse. She looked at me and said, "If only I had teeth down there." She was a 20-year-old medical researcher at the time, and I promised her that I would do something to help her one day. 40 years later, Rape Axe was born. Ehlers is distributing female condoms in various South African cities where the World Cup soccer games are taking place. The woman inserts a latex condom like a tampon. Jagged rows of teeth like hooks line the inside and attach to a man's penis during penetration. Once it lodges, only a doctor can remove it. A procedure Ehlers hopes will be done with authorities standing by as they make the arrest. It hurts. He cannot pee or walk when it's on. So if he tries to remove it, it will clasp even tighter.
That's incredible. But I guess
sad.
It's sad that it needs to exist, obviously. Mm-hmm. Incredible that it does. My question is that do I just put that in to be like, I don't want to have sex tonight, and in case someone isn't appropriate with me? But what if I do want to have like consensual sex that night? Do I just pull it out?
Yeah, I think you pull it out, or maybe you can even wait until, I don't know. That is a tricky one because I feel like no one really expects that to happen to them. I'm guessing it's like if you're out and you're drinking and you're in a public place and you're with your girlfriends and just like as a precaution to wear it, or if you go home with someone and you can tell they're being weird, you go to the bathroom and put it in. I don't know.
That's what I was saying. Is it a situation where we're like fooling around and he's like, well, let's get busy. And I'm like, no, I don't really want to. And he's like, but yeah, we should. I'm like, okay, but I have to pee. And then I go put it in.
Yeah, but you can't do that.
But if I can get away to pee, couldn't I get away to leave?
Exactly. And if someone like date rape drugs you.
Yeah.
And you're like
so
incapacitated,
I guess it would be a situation where you'd have to like, if you're closed for business, you put it in.
Yeah.
And then if you happen to meet someone you find cool, you can, I imagine, take it out.
I think so, yeah. Yeah. Well, it doesn't just stay in there forever, right?
Well, yeah. And is it like a one-time use? You get a box of them?
Right. I know. A lot of questions.
I have questions, but I'm here. But it's not out of doubt. It's out of like, whoa, this is cool.
I'm amazed and I'm obsessed that someone created this. And I'm also so sad that this had to be created, and sad that we're even having the conversation of like, wait, but how would I do that? If that happens to me, then it's probably something I wouldn't expect, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's just all sad that all of this exists, that people are fucking robots and buying robot companions, and a woman is creating an anti-rape, like, teeth vagina.
You know what else I'm kind of surprised we don't have? Is where's the Narcan for getting roofied?
Right.
Like, wouldn't that
Where's
be a
the
really
antidote?
interesting, like, there should be like an antidote.
Yeah.
Like, if I know my friend has been drugged, it's quite obvious, right? Like, well, maybe it's not quite obvious, but like, if that happens and someone sees it happen and is seeing it, like, shouldn't there be like at bars, like, my friend just got roofied, like, can we go grab the kit? And it's like some type of serum or something.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like that should also exist.
Yeah, let's look into that. Let's make that.
So before I need to use my vagina teeth, I can have the antidote.
I can have my roofie antidote.
Yeah.
Oh, I got roofied once, and it really just felt like being blackout drunk.
Really?
And I think that there's kind of no way to reverse a blackout drunk. You know, you just have to be with people that you feel safe with. Because I got roofied when I was with my cast in San Diego.
Whoa. Were you okay? Nothing
I was okay. Yeah. Okay, thank God. Because I was with all of them. Mm-hmm. And I think he didn't know that I was with such a big group. But I just like turned my back to the bar as they were handing me my drinks. There was a spooky guy sitting next to me. And I guess while my back was turned, he put something in there. And I wouldn't know because I took like 3 sips and was like, woo, this drink is really hitting. And then like an hour later, we went to a different bar and we went to someone else's house, and I was like crawling around the floor and I was like rolling around. Next day I woke up in excruciating pain. My head was just like, whoa. I felt like I got hit by a truck. And I had 2 drinks that entire night. So I was like, something's weird.
Yeah.
Turns out I gave another one of my castmates the rest of my drink because it was so strong. And he had the same reaction. He has a wife and kids. He went home and like barely made it through the front door, like fell asleep on the floor. His wife was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he was like, yeah, like, I don't know what happened. I was like, you drank my drink. And that was how we put it together and realized that I'd been roofied.
Whoa.
But the only reason something didn't happen was because I was with a group that made,
It just like makes me so angry that even exists, that people have the knowledge and use that knowledge to do that to people. It's just why? And I love that that's so, for myself, I love that that's incomprehensible. You know what I mean? Like that I could not even comprehend ever wanting to cause someone that type of harm.
Part of me is so happy that the world is so horrific, but I have remained enraged by it all. I'm thankful that I'm not like numb to it, and I'm not, there's no part of me that's like, well, I guess in some case, I'm like, no, the way we've normalized every terrible thing that has happened, like,
it's insane. It's not okay.
No, I was talking to Carl yesterday. We were talking about kids and in school. I was just like, I saw this thing recently where a lot of parents are sending their kids to summer camps abroad, and they like go and live in the same place that the kids are for the summer. But like you go to Spain and do like a painting camp in Spain, and you both have like a language immersion aspect to it because they're like international camps. So they speak English, and like half the price or a quarter of the price of summer camps in the US. And then I also was just like, you don't have to worry about them getting shot.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that's something that is crazy that we have just normalized. Like just the knowledge that if you send your kids to school in America, there is a chance that they could get shot and killed. You could send your kid to school and they could not come home. And I'm like, that is something that we have just normalized in our culture. There's so much of this stuff that we have just normalized. Like, yeah, like 1 out of 3 women get sexually assaulted. So that's just like something that exists, and we can write songs about it and like maybe like go to the police and try to, I'm just like, that shit shouldn't happen. None of this shit should happen.
Yet it does.
And it does. And Trump is still our president. You know that Trump posted 41 AI images to his Truth Social account yesterday, and they're all fucking insane. Yeah, it's him like next to John F. Kennedy, like an AI picture of him and John F. Kennedy in front of the White House. First of all, John F. Kennedy would have you killed. Beheaded, in fact. It's just like, I'm like, what is going? Anyway.
And you know what's so interesting about that is like, I think of like, why do we deal with it? Why do we deal with it? Why do we continue? Why do we stay? And it literally starts in the sense of like, it is all to do with power. It is all to do with power and safety and proximity, and it's just like, because it's in our everyday life.
Yeah, and lack of options.
And you know what I mean? Like, it's in our everyday life. So if you're accepting it every day at work, like we've been having a lot of conversations about like associates and how associates speak to cast and conduct themselves and what they demand. And like, I was like, is there a code of conduct for them to exist by and to follow, and rules and regulations? And there's just not. There's literally not. And I think that like this is, I'm sorry, I'm going back, but like, so we allow people to speak to us in a certain way. We allow people to demand things of us, to speak down to us, to demean us at work. And that's in order to not lose our jobs, right? So I'm not losing my job. So I get used to that. And then we figure, you know, this one crazy thing happens, it's fine. And then you're like, well, that won't happen. That won't happen to me. Well, then one day it just comes knocking at your door and it happens to you.
Yeah.
But then you've gone day after day at work and everything, allowing people to speak to you a certain way, allowing other people to be spoke to a certain way, because you don't want to ruffle the feathers, because you don't want to do this or that.
Yep.
And then now we've gotten to this place where like we just accept everything.
And that's how it is in every area.
that roofie exists. Like, why does that drug exist? Why do we accept that? Like, I understand people want to party and have a good time, but why are we accepting that someone can be sold cocaine that has fentanyl in it and not know and die?
Yeah.
Why is that an acceptable thing?
Yeah. Be on your 21st birthday, just like at a club, someone offers you some coke and you're like, you know what? It's my 21st, and you die.
Like, it's just insane that we just accept that.
Yeah.
And like,
and it goes all the way up.
And it goes all the way up to the people that are creating it.
Yeah.
Like, I watched this insane documentary about drugs and fentanyl. It was like broken down into episodes, and fentanyl and stuff like that was one of the episodes. And she literally interviews a drug dealer, like fully has a ski mask on, like, and he's like, yeah, we know it has that stuff.
Yeah.
We know, we sell it and they look like zombies. We call it the zombie drug.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably gonna die, but somebody else is gonna buy it.
And it goes up higher.
And it's like, what?
It goes up to climate change. Look at all of us just being like, that's crazy. Yeah. And look, I'm not putting any blame on the average human.
No.
This is all the giant companies that are benefiting from fossil fuels and data centers and all that shit. Like, that's legitimately who's ruining the planet. Me fucking not recycling a can is not going to change that. That's literally a grain of sand in the grand scheme of it. But there is a level of like, we're looking at our Euro summers and like going on a trip to France, and I'm in France and people are dying. Like, I can barely go outside. Like, I'm waking up drenched in sweat because it's hotter than it's ever been. We normalize these things until they start happening to you. Like, my middle school, my elementary school is burned down in LA. Like, a lot of my friends lost their homes. A lot of like the houses that I grew up going to sleepovers at in Altadena are gone. Like, because of climate change, because of fires, because of the choices that certain people have made. And now it's just like, oh, like, did you get to rebuild your house?
Yeah.
You know, like the shock is over. And now we're just like, let's hope that next fire season, it doesn't come from my home.
Yeah. Like that is crazy.
It's insane.
And I'm just sitting here thinking like, we're both two millennials who have inherited this.
Yes. And we have watched this since we were born.
We have just been like, well, this is how the world is. And well, when I grew up, it was like this. When I did this, it was like this.
Yeah. Inherited.
Honey, I have to worry about the plastic in my pants affecting if I have a baby or not.
Yeah, babe.
What? Like, it is just... Wow, I just got, my heart rate is so high.
Mine is spiked.
It's like, it's bumping.
I don't know why we got
It's Friday
this.
and the club is jumping inside of my heart. I just got so angry. I just got so angry.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, I feel like this is the feeling that I'm fighting off at all times.
Yeah.
And that's why we numb ourselves with caffeine and our phones and, you know, watching things and consuming and buying. And like that's the cycle that we're in is... We're so enraged by the things that happen in the world that you have to calm yourself down or you can't be a functioning member of society.
Yeah.
And so then you just do things that are actually making the problem worse, which is disengage, which is scroll for a long time, which is not talk about it, which is actively try to watch or think about something that has nothing to do with that. And then the problems persist because we're never actually fixing the problem. We just get angry about it and feel like we can't do anything.
Yeah.
And that's why we love a Mamdani who show that it is possible to make positive change.
Yeah.
It is possible to like get the girls together and do something quickly.
Yeah.
And I think that when we have examples like that, it dismantles everything that we've been taught for especially our millennial lives, which is just like, that's the way things are. And we just kind of have to work within the system.
Yeah.
And when you realize that like all these systems are man-made and can be shifted and changed.
Yes.
That's when you start to feel the power again. And then you also feel the rage, because you're just like, so then why are they all like this? If we have the power to create and change them, why have we created so many broken systems that are harming so many people?
Yeah. And to me, the question that starts to fill with is how? 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 Yeah. Who said yes to that? Who said no? Who? How? Huh? Like, that's where I just get.
And all for
it's all perpetuated.
Money?
It's all perpetuated. And everything can be bought. Yeah. 23andMe can be bought. Your Oura Ring data can be bought. It all can be bought.
Yeah.
I hate that I have to think about the emoji I use in my calendar. What's the furthest thing from period so that the apple doesn't sell off when I have my period so I don't become a handmaid?
Right.
And that's my brain every other day.
Yep.
So that was a segment called Good Business that turned into Putty Scared.
And you know what? I think we ended here. Wow. Well, we hope that maybe you felt validated in that conversation. I think all of us are feeling really insane. And I know Mimi and I both want this podcast to just be like fun and light, but the world is really scary, dude.
We'd like to serve you a mix, okay?
Yeah.
Your work day is never all positive or all negative. Yeah. It's got ups and downs in business.
And it's okay to just be like, what?
How about this?
Yeah.
Lisi, what is one thing you're like super excited about this week?
Let me have a think.
Okay.
Oh, Slay and I are doing Broadway to Birdie with Mary-Kate Morrissey. Mary-Kate is a former Elphaba. I'm sure if you're a Broadway person, you know who this girl is. She has amazing videos online about what it takes to do what we do. And she also golfs. And she has this like YouTube series where she takes Broadway people golfing for the first time. And like you play all these games and like sing songs.
The way I can't wait to see y'all's outfits.
Me
Very
too.
excited about the outfits.
I'm just really excited because my dad used to love golf. And I remember going to the golf courses with him, and it's just like miles and miles of green, and you get to be in the little golf carts. Yeah. And
I went one time with my dad to golf, and then he said, "You can never come back again." I wanted to talk too much, and I wanted to quack the whole time. And then we did the first 8 holes, and I said, "Okay, is it done?" And he said, "No, I'm dropping you off at the pool." And I said, "Okay." I had chicken tenders.
That's really
and that is a
cute.
True story.
Oh, bro, that's really cute.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about that. What's something you're excited about for this week, Mimi?
I'm really excited because my family comes into town on Tuesday and we're going to go see the BTS concert again in set today. Yeah. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited to see it again. And like the first time was really fun when we went in Tampa, but like that was their first US stop, and they had just done I think they had just done a concert in Korea, like 1 or 2. So they've been on tour for a while. They were just in Europe and they were going crazy.
They're warm now.
Like they're just like warm. They're happy. They're living. They're excited. They're being a little naughty. There's 2 members, V and Jungkook, and the rumor is that they're in love. And I'm pretty sure they are. Oh. There's like lots of evidence. Like the other day, Tae kicked Jungkook in the butt, and then he blew him a kiss behind him. And then another concert, he went up and essentially bit his neck ? It was so sexy.
Hot.
And they're in love, and I just want them to be together forever. This is all allegedly
None
big hit, allegedly none of my business, allegedly. But I just can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm going to live my darn life. And we got a party bus with 14 other ARMY fans. That's what BTS's fan base is called, as ARMY.
Oh,
and so we're going to party bus there, party bus back.
No, that's really
so
fun.
Excited.
That's a great thing to look forward to. I'm thrilled.
So we're just going to be in community,
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, this is a really long episode, so I'm probably going to chop and screw a bunch of this. It's at least an hour 15.
And that's what they deserve.
Sure.
Whatever, they can deal with it. We love y'all.
Thank you for listening. We've been CC'd on the email,
and we did accidentally reply all,
and ultimately
it's none of our business.
Babe.
None of our business, babe.
But we really made it ours today.
We We
And
took
in
ownership
fact-
of a lot.
Yeah. And in fact, a lot of it is our business.
A lot of it is our business. Okay.
The world crumbling is kind of our business
It's our
because we live in it.
business.
So
And perpetuating, antiquated ideals, not on our watch.
not on my watch.
Bye.
Bye. Love you, babes.
Love you.